bring to you Dallas Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Now, Jerry said after the game he was extraordinarily disappointed for the fans and that the team will correct this and they will improve from where they played out there today. Is that kind of the message that you want to echo to the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I mean, this is the NFL, and we've all had these days. Certainly didn't see it coming. Very disappointing. But, at the same time, we've got a lot of confidence in this team. We got confidence in, Coach Zimmer. Obviously, that was a tough outing yesterday for the defense in terms of, how the Saints executed. And, hats off to them. They did the younger Kubiak did a real nice job there for the Saints, and they executed and, were pretty much flawless on their first 6 possessions. So, those are things that we've got to tighten up and got to go to work. And I'm confident that, that we'll get the job done. Mike's been in this league a long time, and very confident in this football team, our personnel, and, we'll get out here and we'll correct things and make the adjustments we need to make and move forward.
Is there any concern? I know you're talking about the confidence with Mike Zimmer. Is there any concern that the last 2 times he was running his own defense, both of those defenses did pretty poorly statistically for the season? So can you tell us more about your confidence in Zimmer in particular?
Yeah, I just think in general he did a lot of work, not unlike some other coaches that sit out a year. And, he knows this game well. He's been a very successful coordinator, a very successful head coach, and, have all the confidence in the world that he's going to put these guys in the right spot. He did a great job the first week, and, we just came up against a Saints team that's hot. And they obviously had a very successful outing to start the season, and, we just got to continue to our players and coaches getting on the same page in terms of what we need to do to execute the defense and get the job done.
Stephen, it feels like we're going on a few years now of this team kind of getting punched in the mouth by, I don't know if you're going to say better teams in the NFL, but like kind of getting bullied a little bit. And I was kind of curious on how does a team change its identity in those moments and become the aggressor? Where do you think that starts?
Well, first of all, I'd start with, the Browns are, they're a really good football team, a playoff football team, and we went on the road and, we felt really good about it. Unfortunately, we didn't do the same thing at home. And the narrative was last year we won all the games at home and didn't win on the road. Well, we just got to, find the right mix here and not only get it done on the road like we did against the Browns, but which is a great playoff football team. They obviously won a big game this weekend, and they play great defense. And we just got to, really get in here and execute. And that's what it boils down to. We've got a really good roster, and we feel like very confident in this team.
There was also a moment yesterday, Stephen, y'all got caught on camera. You and Jerry were sitting up there, and y'all kind of had this like look on your face. Y'all were stunned, just like the Cowboys fans out there. And I was kind of curious what was going through your mind. What questions were you and Jerry asking yourselves while you were watching this one?
Oh, I think, the whole team, I think from the coaching staff, players, we're around this team. We thought we had a great week of practice. It was certainly not something that we expected to happen. And hats off to the Saints. I mean, they did a great job. They were very prepared. And, obviously the younger Kubiak there, he's he's chip off the old block from Shanahan and, has installed a really good offense there. But there's no question we didn't. That was a surprise to us. We never saw that coming, but that happens in this league. I mean, they pay their guys too, and things can happen. The good news is it's early, and we're 1-1, a lot of football to play.
You were talking about Kubiak, and obviously Derek Carr played very well. I'm curious, how do you think Derek Carr played yesterday? And most importantly, kind of touching on what you were just saying, what do you think about the new skills that Carr is getting to show off with the new offensive coordinator?
Well, it's all, when you get on a hot streak like they are right now. I mean, I think they're sitting right on the record for most points scored in 2 weeks with 40-plus points, which is hard to do in the NFL. My hat's off to them. They're playing at a high level. They're utilizing their weapons. They got some real speed, and Olave and Kamara and Shadir. So they've got a group that's hot right now, and hats off to them. And they came in, they were more prepared, and they beat us very soundly.
Well, and you also kind of pointed out the Kubiak running game, the way that they play and everything. And do you feel like that's spreading more and more across the league and becoming more of a way that people run the ball and like to run their offenses? Do you expect to see that more this season?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to, there's that group. I mean, it's everybody knows who they are that came out of the, that Shanahan group with, which is McVay and McDaniels and, Kubiak, and, they're springing up. I mean, the Houston Texans, they're offensive coordinators right out of that same group. So, obviously they're having success, and, we've got to continue to figure out the best way to stop that group. We're going to see, see more of that as we go. Now, that's not the only way people run the ball. There's people, will face a running team next week that doesn't necessarily run that wide zone scheme like the gentleman we just mentioned. But, something, that's the chess match you have in the NFL. Obviously, no one's pleased with, the results from yesterday.
After seeing kind of how, I know that y'all wanted to be committed to the run yesterday, it wasn't really working offensively, obviously, because you had to start running from behind. Would you expect to see Dalvin Cook in the backfield pretty soon?
That's real hard to get your hands around, the running game yesterday. I mean, we were having to play from behind from the start. And but at the same time, I thought the backs ran hard, but we were in a situation where we were, as much as we were wanting to stay with the run. But, once you start getting down, 2+ scores, then it changes your game plan. And you're trying to play from behind and run your hurry up. And it's real difficult to judge a running game in a game like that.
Now, Jake Ferguson, we all know, is an incredibly tough individual. I know he, was getting closer to maybe making a go of it yesterday. How do you feel about his progress? Do you think he will be ready to go against the Ravens?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, as you said, he's a tough guy. He was real close to being able to play in that game. I thought Schoonmaker did a great job. I think he had 4 catches and, did a nice job filling in for him. And
he had
blocked
6?
Well, but hello?
I think he had 6.
Oh, did he have 6? Okay. He did 6 of them then, but he did a real nice job filling in for Ferguson. And, we want Ferguson back. He's part of the DNA of this football team. And I think the expectation is for him to be back.
All right. Excellent stuff. Appreciate the insight very much, good sir. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Thanks, guys.